Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne, and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. Today we are going to be making a kind of a different type of specimen card. And let me give you a little bit of a close-up on this. So we're using a flower that I dried. This is not a pressed flower. It is a dried flower, and it's a hydrangea from my friend Steve's yard, who has wonderful gardens. And I went the end of the summer and I picked a lot of great things. So this is one. It is not pressed. It is only dried. So don't think you have to use pressed flowers for if you're going to use flowers. Don't think you can only use pressed flowers. If it's like a thin layer, obviously this is a thin layer, and it's malleable, you can use it in this technique. So let me show you what we are going to be using today. Something a little bit different for me. This is my first time playing around with this. I got, and this is from Walmart, I got self-adhesive sheets, no lamination required. And it's 3 mil thickness, safe for heat-sensitive documents. I got 20 of these. It's letter size 9.25 by 12 inches. I want to say I paid under $7 or $8 for this. Don't quote me on that, but I definitely know it was under 10 for 20 of them. And I have never tried it before. I don't have a laminator. It is something that's on my list to eventually get. But until I have a laminator, I got this. And I thought, let me get it and play around with it. So I cut this sheet down, but you can see it's like a big sticker. And anything that has to do with stickers, I am all about it. So there's no heat required for this. So I just sort of cut an arbitrary piece that was sort of the size that I wanted. So I am using a punch that's 2.5 inches for my circle punch. That was sort of my determining factor. I should have measured it a smidge better, but I didn't. But, you know, go by what you have. If you're going to be doing this, so this is cardstock. This is just white cardstock, the base. And I just punched out the hole. I'll show you how I did that in a little bit. But let's do the flower first. So I have this really pretty hydrangea here that I would like to use. Oh, let me get this off. That's part of the backing. My fingers are filthy, per usual. So I know it's kind of hard for you to see, but it's right there. I half put this down. Now I need to determine which is my front and which is my back. And to be honest, I like the back a little bit better. So, not like, oh man, there's something on this. There we go. Probably dust, because I dry my flowers in my room here. I get bunches of flowers. It's a very witchy thing to do. I just grab bunches of flowers. I wrap them with twine. I can hang them off of a metal coat hanger, or I could just hang them around my room. The deal is you need to have some sort of air circulation around the flowers as you're drying them. I do typically like to hang them like from the ceiling or whatever. I'm short. I don't bump into things. So hanging it from the ceiling is not a problem for me. So I do have something on this, but that's okay. Let's put this down, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a press just to kind of stick it. This is a malleable flower. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's take the rest of this off. I am going to fold. I'm going to attempt to fold this over. There. Is it perfect? No. Do I have folds in it? Yes. Does that bother me? No. If I wanted, I could come in with my bone folder. I am not going to bother to trim this because I am going to be putting it in this. So, yeah, that's going to fit. Did I perfectly center them? No, to be honest. That's going to take a little bit more practice on my part. This is me just getting started. Okay, so this is what I have. Decide what side you like best for what you're working with. And then let me grab my white cardstock. And because my punch is 2.5, I decided to cut my paper at 4. So 4 inches. And I'm only doing this one cut. Get those out of the way. Next thing I want to do is I want to fold this in half. I'm going to use my bone folder. Now, I'm just covered in glue. Ignore it. Okay, so I have this. Now, because this, I don't like how this trimmed. Because this is cardstock, this is a 110-pound cardstock, I can't do both sides at the same time in my paper cutter. I tried. It didn't work. I'm trying to adjust my light where it's not like so much of a shadow. Yeah. Okay. Paper cutter. I mean, hole punch thingy here. Circle cutter. That's what I want. So what I did is I just kind of eyeballed it. You can measure if you want. You can draw a line if you want. I'm keeping these because I will come up with another project. And I'm just doing the cut on both sides. I have to hold it up like this. And sort of eyeballing how even it is. If you want to be more precise, go ahead. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm not like 100% overly precise. But look at it. Came out beautiful. I'm an artist. I do handmade things. This is how they come out. I'm just going to show you that's what it's going to look like when it's in the thing. But I want to decorate it first. I want to decorate this first. So what I was doing is I was rubber stamping. And you can see I've done some, technically I used 2 stamps to do this whole background. And I repeated it. And I was okay because I knew I was creating a background. You know, I watch videos sometimes and people will just make beautiful stamping and then they come in and cover everything up. And I'm like, no. So I knew this was going to be backgrounds for me. So I was okay, but I wanted some of it to show through. So this one and this one are 2 separate stamps. I came in with these stamps that are different up here. Those did get a little covered up. I'm okay with that. So background stamps are 2, and then these guys, I have 3 of those that I picked out. So, whoops, sticker keeps falling on me. I think it wants to be used. So the first one I'm using is this, and I really like this stamp. It's the Tim Holtz Collection Collage Ticket. I have had this forever. I have not seen it recently. I have no idea. If I can find it on Amazon, I will link it, but don't hold your breath. I am stamping my background stamps today in VersaFine Clair Morning Mist. It's gray. I'm stamping in gray. That's what I wanted. I don't do a ton of black and gray unless I'm doing like Halloween themed things, but I really like black and gray. So let's get this stamped. And this is obviously a red rubber stamp, so there's nice cushion. Now, any spot that I sort of missed, I am not worried about that in the least. I have my filthy cloth here at the ready. Okay. It's not going to be perfectly even and lined up, but that's okay. So that's what I have thus far. Oh, let me wipe this. I have to remember to wipe this when I'm using white paper. So I'm done. Oh, no, I need to do the back. Let me do the back. And I do like my VersaFine Clairs for stamping. I think they're really good stamping ink pads. Trust me, there's a difference. There's a big difference. I have ink pads that I don't like the crispness of it when I'm doing fine detail stamping, but I do like my VersaFine Clairs. I like my Lavinia inks as well for that. Those are my 2 favorites. And my Lavinia inks are by Lavinia Stamps, which I'm going to be doing some projects very, very, very soon. I've been doing projects all along with their stamps. They do a ton of gorgeous fairies. It is one of my favorite stamp companies. Okay, next one I want to do is I'm using this stamp set, and I want to use this one right here. And I'm going to continue to do this in gray as well. I don't know why I closed it, but I did. You know what? I just moved that. Let me clean this up. I'm trying to keep it in frame where you can see it. So that's what I have so far. I'm going to wipe this again. You know, I got those cloths on Temu a long time ago. And it came in a pack of, I don't even know how many. 5, 6, 10. This is the only one I use. And it's filthy. But you know, it does the job. I suppose I should wash it since people are actually seeing it. actually. But I know you're not judging me. Because I'm getting the job done. Okay. And then let me give this a little wipe. And you know what? I didn't give this one a wipe. And I should. Okay. Let me put that one over there. Let me put this one away. And then I am now done with that ink. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I have 3 from the Tim Holt. I love this set. The Curator set. So I'm using 3 from this. I just think this is such a wonderful set. I didn't get the die cut. There's a coordinating die cut. And I thought, oh, do I really need that? I don't know. Am I sorry I didn't get it? I don't know. Jury is still out on that one. It is my intention someday to sit and stamp a whole bunch of these and cut them all up and make my own little container of these. I'll probably do it with you guys because I want to use my, that was this stamp. I want to use my decorated papers because that way I can get some color and dimension to the back of these. Oh, I switched to stamping with black. The VersaFine Claire Nocturne. I don't know, I'm just like arbitrarily putting these. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, I could have done them all over. I don't know why I didn't. This is what I'm doing. So that's what I have with those. And that was the Butcher, JW Butcher. No rhyme or reason why I picked what I picked, but I am gonna put these away. I'm trying to be very diligent with putting these away. You know, it was a bit of an expensive stamp set, and I got it as an investment, and I want to make sure I take care of my investment. I think I paid $24 or $25 or thereabouts. You know, and after shopping on Temu for so long, you see those prices. But I wanted the real thing. I didn't want a knockoff. I wanted the actual thing. Okay, next thing I'm doing is I'm inking everything all around the edge using my Distress Oxide Black Soot. Now, what I didn't do with this one, and I thought of it after, is I didn't ink here. I did ink all around everything else. So I am going to go and do that and just kind of see what I think of that. One thing that I did do is I came in and I rounded the corners. So I have to do that before I ink the outside. Yeah, I kind of like that. Kind of wish I had done that on my other one. But it is what it is. You know, this is a sort of an odd project for me to do. Because 99.9% of the projects that I create for my journals are functional in some way. Mostly functional as in it's hidden journaling, and it's journaling. I'm big on spaces for journaling, etc. There's no space for journaling on this. It's purely aesthetics, which it's very different for me. You know what? I should probably glue this together before I cut these sides. Let me do that. So let's see. What do I want the front? I don't know. I guess we'll do this as the front. And just kind of seeing here. I think I like this. So let me glue all of this together. Then I'm going to come back in. Whoops. Then I'm going to come back in and do the corners because I want to make sure I get them lined up right. So to just do a purely aesthetic kind of thing is different for me. I like it to be functional. The items that I make for my journals, I like them to be functional and useful, practical. This is just pretty. I'm only making it because it's pretty. Just little pretty bits. I don't even remember which one I decided. I think I liked that one. And I think I like this one. He's just a hair shy right there. But that's okay. I do want to kind of squish this down, hold this together. There. It's off center, but that's okay. All right. Now I want to come in and I want to do the corners now that I have everything sort of held together. Okay. Let me get rid of my little bits. I try and do that as I go. So I think I've decided, you know, on this one, I decided to have that one as the front. Maybe I should decide to have this one as the front. Although I do like this one. Yeah, we're going to go with this one. I like that one. Okay, now let's ink around it. So, I've been sharing little stories and anecdotes of my son and my mom. I am going to brag right now because I am just so darn proud of my kid. So my son is 17. He's a senior in high school. And my son is disabled. He has a rare disease. He has the same rare disease that I have. We both have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And my son also has a pretty bad Crohn's disease. So, you know, life has never been pain-free or easy for him. So keep that in mind. And my son was too sick to physically attend school for 8 years. So last year and this year were his first time going back to school in person. And he just got his report card. So they do trimesters at our high school. He got straight 100s. I'm like, I have never seen a report card like this in my life. So he's got a 4.0 GPA, straight 100s. He's a very, very bright kid. And we got a letter in the mail from the principal. He was chosen as the only senior to win this award of excellence from the principal for the trimester. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm just so darn proud of him. You know, he has life stacked against him in some aspects. But in other aspects, sheesh, is he really achieving very, 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 very well. So I'm extremely proud of him. So I'm bragging. I did not have a report card like that. I mean, I passed and, you know, all was well. I'm bright at my stuff. He's really smart at math too. Like, he's a whiz kid at math, which is wonderful. So I'm using a whole bunch of the Tim Holtz things. Obviously, I have them right here. Sorry, I don't know if you could see them. And oh, these are cute. Maybe I'll use these little teeny ones. Yeah. So yeah, he blows us out of the water with his accomplishments and what he achieves. I mean, I know he's destined for great things. You just can tell with this kid. He's very intuitive. He's very aware. He's very bright. Very sarcastic. He's one of those kids that he is so bright. And he's been around adults his whole life because, you know, he spent a lot of time around doctors, in hospitals, etc. He doesn't really get along with his peers. He doesn't have peers. So he mostly talks to the adults in school. And he's okay with that. I mean, he would like to have a friend to just kind of hang out with. You know, he has his license, he has a car, so, you know, he kind of goes and does his own thing. He takes me places. We joke that he's driving Miss Daisy 99% of the time when he goes out. And that's okay. You know, he's such a good driver. Let's just say I taught him well. And I'm very confident in his driving abilities and his driving skills. It's the other people that I take exception with. But he's got it down pat, you know. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He's not going to college. He has zero interest in education. It's challenging for him to sit there in those darn uncomfortable chairs and to be able to... Oh, it's uncomfortable for him. That position of just sitting there is not... It's not good on his body. So I understand why he doesn't want to go. He's had offers in this town. I believe it's in the state, but I don't know. But I know in my town, there's a community college and he can go for free. And it just, it irks me that he doesn't want to go. But hey, that's his choice. And I understand why he doesn't want to go. I get it. But he has had offers and people are willing to help him to achieve. But, well, it's not his thing, so I'm letting it go. I attended college while I was still in high school. I went to Northeastern University while I was a senior in high school. And I was very college-driven. And because of all that, I graduated early from college and everything. that's not his thing. And I have to let it go because, hey, I do respect that is not his thing. Let's decorate this side. But he has another job opportunity. We will see. He is hopefully going to get some more information on that within the next 2 weeks. And I think this is going to be good for him. He loves cars. He's just brilliant when it comes to knowing his Carfax. And there's a local vintage car museum. And he has been many times with his dad to this place. And he just knows his Carfax. Like, we'll be driving down the street and he'll point out a car and he's like, that's a rare car. It was built in blah, 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 blah. And there was only X amount of them sent to this country and only so many made worldwide. Okay. I know more about cars than I ever thought I would care to know in my lifetime. Yeah. Years and years and years ago, we took him to the Smithsonian, to the aerospace one, and he gave us a tour. They came up to us and they're like, hey, would you like a private tour? The veterans are there and they give private tours and, you know, they'll come up and they'll talk to you. It's really, really cool. We didn't go to the one in DC. We went to the one, is it in Maryland or Virginia? I forget. We went to the other one, the big one. And I'm like, we don't need a private tour. He's giving us a private tour. And the guy started questioning him and asking, and he held his own with the answers. And he was like 12 or 13 at the time. I was impressed. Very impressed. So anyways, I think he'd be great working at a vintage car museum. He wants to help them with their online social media presence. And goodness, do I think he would be good at that. He doesn't look 17. He's had a full beard since like 13, 14. And he has a very, very, very deep voice. It's kind of creepy. Now, he's 17. I've had people kind of hitting on him while he's with me. And I'm like, he's 17. And they're like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, that's creeping me out. But whatever. Sometimes people think, which is so gross. Sometimes people think that we're together. I'm 52. He's 17. Now, neither one of us look our age. He looks older. I used to look younger. I don't know that I still do, but in theory, he doesn't look 17. He looks like 25, 26. But still, I'm 52. I mean, we laugh about it. We both are like, oh, that's so gross. But he gets a kick out of the fact that, as he says, the women are checking him out. Like, yeah. You have fun with that, kid. So it cracks him up. Hey, it makes him smile. It makes him laugh. That's all I care about. So, yeah. I think I'm going to have that one be my front. So we're going to put this butterfly on the whale tail. Oh, so I put a whale tail on the top here. I have a whole bunch in my bucket. I know I've shown this in many videos. I just punched out a whole bunch of these different shapes. So I have the tab shape and I have the whale tail shape in here. All different types of papers. It's mostly recycled papers or scrapbook paper that I don't like. This is wallpaper. I have book page. I have music page. I have ledger. I have everything. It helps me to have a container of them already punched out because I could just grab it. I don't have to look for my punch. I don't have to look for my funky papers. I just have this sort of at the ready. Okay, I think I'm done with this. I'm going to put these back in their little container. And then I have some of these labels, which I think I'm going to pop a couple of these. And I was going to do... let's do a number there. Do white ones. I'm not whacked about the white ones, but I have them. Oh, I like that there better than that number. Let's see if I can get this. Yep. There. I didn't put anything up here. Let's do that one right there. There. So that's my super, super, super simple way to make these. Now, I have another way that's even easier. And I have these. So if you don't have the punches to make the specimen cards, I got these on Temu a really long time ago. And it says Memento on the tag, and it says Time Stamp Series. I thought these would be really cute to put them together to be like specimen cards because there's a whole bunch of them. So let's just use 2 different ones. And I don't have to stamp them if I don't want to. I mean, they're beautiful. And I believe they line up. Yeah, they do. They line up. So, okay. Let's use these. And it comes with a little bit of jute twine. I do want to edge around these. And I'm just going to continue to use the black. See if I can get, yeah, I can. There. And I have that dome sponge end on this. I like the domed ones better. I think they seem to stand up a little bit better. They last, oh, here it is. They last a little bit longer, I think. They're more durable. So that's my bragging about my son. I mean, we're very, very proud of him. He's a good kid. He's still a teenager, but he's a really good kid. He's very responsible. He's very dedicated at work. So we will see. He's got this other job opportunity. I have another one of these, a small one. So anyways, he has that other job opportunity. So we'll find out. I have to sign some permission next week. He's in a special program where the state helps him sort of get like job placements, which is really cool. All right, let's cut this down. I don't know if I'm cutting this too big. It might be. I didn't really pay attention, right? I'm yakking away. All right, put that back. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that down. That's okay. Let's come in from this end. You know, I had another idea. I have this mica powder, and I don't think no, I haven't taken the plastic off it. And I had gotten this on Temu. It comes in different color combinations. Except it's tricky. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thinking maybe I could dip the flour. Whoops. And make a mess. There. And I figured some will get out, and that's okay. Just gonna put that over there. Just folding that over. Just gives it a little bit of a shimmer. You can kind of see it. I only dipped the edges of the, but you can see it on the back too, actually. Just get out some of these air bubbles. There. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Almost looks like a three-leaf clover. Okay. How much of this do I need to trim here? Yeah, I want to trim a little more. And I'm not being really precise, like about folding the rest of it over, because it's going to be tucked in here. Let's give this a trim up here. Okay, now let's get some glue on this. I don't even know which is going to be my front and which is going to be my back, but I am going to poke those out right now. And now I have mica powder on my desk, so I will need to clean that up shortly. So anything tag shaped, I'm all about it. There. And it's still out of the way of the hole up there. Let me poke that one out. So this is just super mega simple. I thought that was kind of neat to use the that clear tape stuff. I mean, you could use packing tape and all that type of stuff too. But this is in big sheets. So if I wanted to do, and I'm contemplating it, to do like a pressed flower floral arrangement and do like a bigger scale, I can do that. Oh, these are cute. The glue's seeping out, but that's okay. It dries clear. The other thing I want to do is, this didn't 100% line up. I just want to add some more ink to kind of cover up that white edging that you get every once in a while. Oh, that's adorable. And do I want to, let's see if I want to put this on a bulb pin. I think I do. Look at, I can make that a little charm. Very cute. Let's see. Yep, here's my charms. I have some gold charms. Let me see if anything is apropos here. Here's a 4-leaf clover. That's kind of funny. You know what? I'm going to go with the clover. Let me put that right over the mica powder. Now let's see which side. So there's this side. It's hard to see with the glare, which is pretty. This side has more of the mica powder showing. Technically, that's the front of the flower, and that's the back of the flower, but this has more color to it. So I think I'm gonna do the charm here, and then I can add that in my journal. How cute! Oh, I like these. I'll probably make more of these. I don't know, let me add some stickers to that. Just kind of jazz it up a little bit. Needs a lot more, but that's okay. There. Those are cute. I'm happy with that. And then with the little charm there. So let's look at the rest of them. So this was my demo piece. This is the one we made together. And then this is the last one that we just made. These are cute. I'm going to make more of these. So I hope you've enjoyed these specimen cards and the different ways that we've made them with the different supplies and products. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I need to get my numbers way up. I do post every single day. Thank you so much. Take care and be free.